It's time to take off your clothes, enjoy clothes-free living, and join us for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
Welcome to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, the show that celebrates clothes-free living for all. I'm your host, Frank Stone.
And I'm your correspondent, Lisa Monroe, and I'll be reporting on all things within the Naturist community. So it's time to get naked and join us.
And enjoy clothes-free living on Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Well, greetings and welcome in to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 166 today. Yet another Frank Lisa Frank Wednesday extravaganza coming at you for the next hour or so. Probably a shade under an hour today. Remember, every Saturday morning, 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on Spotify, every single show on Saturday is exactly 1 hour long. You can look it up, as they say in the business. But on Wednesdays, we kick back a little bit, and we don't watch the clock as closely. We keep an eye on it, so we're not going 28 hours or something, or a 5-minute show. We keep an eye on it. But we're not as meticulous. We don't have to be done to the second at an hour or whatever. And we kick back and relax a little bit on these Wednesday shows. Just Frank and Lisa, just Lisa Frank. We have no guests. It's just the two of us going back and forth on all things naturism and what can possibly go wrong with that when you're living clothes-free for all of the right reasons. As I mentioned, it's episode 166. And this is the 29th straight Wednesday that we've done a Wednesday extravaganza for you. We started on July 30th of 2025, and we thought at the time, we even announced, we'll be here most Wednesdays. We've done every Wednesday, including Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, but you already know that, and the day before Thanksgiving in the USA. And no matter what, we're here, and we're coming at you, the 29th straight Wednesday. And again, 166 overall. Just really glad you're with us today to enjoy clothes-free living for all the right reasons. And as we often say, if you can be clothes-free during the show, so much the better. Just soak it in. And if you can be outside clothes-free, oh, that's top of the line right there. In many parts of the USA and above the equator right now, it's a little chilly. You might not be able to do that. We certainly cannot for a full show. We have to be inside. But when it gets warmer, or if you're south of the equator right now, you can be clothes-free outside for the most part. But it certainly enhances the experience. But again, if you're at a store or the post office or a school or a church, do not push boundaries. We never advocate for that. Keep your clothes on where you're supposed to keep them on in society, but have them off everywhere else. That is the way to go. So come on in. The pool is really looking good this morning. The hot tub is fired up, going full blast at 104 degrees. The grill is going full bore. Fruits and vegetables off to the right, cold drinks off to the left, hot drinks inside, including coffee, tea, and espresso. The espresso machine was donated by a listener. If you leave the pool area outside the left side door, you'll find a hammock strung between two trees. That was donated by one of our listeners. Behind the pool area, we have 3 putting greens, all donated and put in and installed by one of our listeners. And off in the back right corner outside the pool, some bocce ball action, also donated by a listener. You come back into the pool area in the back left corner, we have a cigar bar. Help yourself. All of this is here for you. No cost, no obligation, just clothes-free living for all the right reasons. And as always, we have extra chairs, extra towels, extra suntan lotion. If you brought nothing at all, you have come to the right place, again, to enjoy clothes-free living for all of the right reasons. Lisa Monroe is entering the studio as we speak, so we will kick her music on very shortly. Let me tell you what's coming up, though. We are going to talk about mostly 3 items. 2 of them are stories. We have a story from Armondo on naturism, about a guy who got arrested and went to prison and had his life ruined for having the audacity to wear a swimsuit at the beach. A little turn of events there. We're going to enjoy that one. And then we have one from Gregg White. Some guy was jogging naked on the beach at 4:15 a.m., always alone, suddenly encountered a woman And at first she was a little shocked, and then she began every day thereafter. I have one less clothing item on until the end of the story. They're jogging naked together, and you'll be surprised, or maybe not surprised, at the identity of the man and woman in Gregg White's story. So we'll get to those in a little bit. And in the middle, we have some content sent to us by Marc from France. You know that name fairly well. We use NNN, and we have from the beginning, Naked Nudists and Naturists. We use PPP, Paying Patreon Peeps. And Marc from France has come up with a triple letter, meaning every letter of the alphabet, AAA, BBB, CCC, and he's come up with an expression for each triple letter of the alphabet, including NNN and PPP, which he reused what we do around here. So we think you'll enjoy that as well. And by the way, each triple letter applies to naturism and clothes-free living for all the right reasons. Nothing wrong with that at all. We also want to remind you about the American Association for Nude Recreation. A couple of things. One is coming up really quickly. The Naturist Choice Awards. You can go online, AANR.com, and it's right there on the front page. You can't miss it. Naturist Choice Awards. If you want to vote, you can do so. But this closes this coming Sunday. Today is February 11th, Valentine's Day Saturday. Don't forget to get something for that special person, or you will be in trouble for a whole year. But on Sunday, the polls will close. So if you want to vote your favorite Naturist Choice Awards, and again, this was developed by George Oberly. Not only does he run Naturist Hub, in fact, he developed a Naturist Hub with Linda Weber and some other people. But he is the chair of the marketing committee right now for AANR, a volunteer position, works his tail off. His idea, he put it out there, so now you can vote, and that expires on Sunday. We also want you to consider to be an ambassador for naturism and an ambassador for the American Association for Nude Recreation. When you go to AANR.com, that's at the top of the page as well. Click on that, and it's right there. And if you do what they ask you to do, which is 3 missions, 3 activities per month, and you log them and do them correctly and successfully, you'll get a free membership to AANR for next year, the year after you've served your year as an ambassador. Looking to bring more people into joining the American Association for Nude Recreation. So again, George Oberly, Marketing Committee Chair, has come up with this idea. Ambassador program, let's spread the word about naturism and about AANR and get more and more people to sign up today. Well, you are listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 166 today. And I don't know about you, but under my voice for the last moment or two, I thought I heard some music. Can you hear it? Let me stop talking and see if we can hear it together. Oh, yes, I hear it. There's no question I hear it. I'm sure you do too. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the great, the terrific, the completely over-the-top, fully clothes-free and fully smiling, our naturism correspondent, Lisa Monroe. And here she is, the one and only, the one of a kind, the completely clothes-free and fully smiling, our naturism correspondent, Lisa Monroe. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today?
Well, actually, I'm going back to I'm absolutely fabulous because it's cold. So other than that, I'm perfectly fine.
So when you say fabulous, you're trying to do the mind over matter thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. I have to convince myself this too shall pass. So I'm going with that.
Kind of reminds me of the little engine that could, I think I can.
Yes.
And
Yes.
did he make it, by the way? Did that engine make it?
I believe he did make it.
Well, there you go.
Yep. Yep.
The power of positive thinking does wonders, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So anyway, other than that, I'm terrific this week.
All right.
And you?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, but it is really cold, but
Right.
we don't complain about that. We just deal with it. We put something on. That part we don't like, but
No, not in the slightest.
No, but to function and make sure, bad things don't happen to our health, we'll put it on. But again, winter down here lasts what? 2 weeks? 3?
Well, that's a long time for
Yeah.
winter in this part of the world. So no,
Yeah.
it's not too bad. And it lasts for 2 or 3 days, gets warm, then has another 2 or 3 days, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it's a whole week, but we will survive.
I have a lady down the street who called me the other day, and because it's going to get really cold, She was worried about her underground sprinkler system. She said, "Is there a back valve on here where I can drain the sprinkler system? Because I don't want the pipes to freeze and break and flood my house." And I didn't want to laugh. She's not from here. She's from another state. And so I called her and I said, "You don't have to worry about that, because even if it drops to 10 degrees at night, during the day, it'll be 40, 45, 50. And so your pipes don't have a long time to be frozen. It takes a few days to get uh, a few days of nonstop being freezing before they'll break and everything else." She goes, "Oh, I didn't realize that, because my last house we had to." I said, "Well, I know, but your last house was not in Florida." I didn't say that, but so we have very little to complain about. So we don't want to sound like we are, right?
No, we are not. I'm just
All right.
mostly having fun.
All right. This is our, as you know, our 29th straight Wednesday. We even did one on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, for heaven's sakes. And when we started July 30th, we said we'll do most Wednesdays. So I was thinking 2 on the outside, 3 a month. We've done every one. Are you tired yet?
You really want me to admit that?
No.
No, I'm not tired at all. Not at all.
It's the old joke. We've told it before, and it's not going to be any funnier this time. But somebody from flying from France to the USA, I flew in from France, and boy, are my arms tired. Exactly. Well, our voices are, we're not tired yet. We're still alive and well and having fun, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is fun for us. And so, there's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of time involved, but I wouldn't want to spend it any other way. So this is just a lot of fun. Yeah,
it is. And we talked earlier today before we started that doing what we do is actually very hard. The difference here is we're both experienced. We've done it forever. We've already made, like 100 years ago, every possible mistake you could make. And we learned from every single mistake you can make. And so it's easier for us than your average person off the street. Just like, I don't want to compare it to brain surgery, but I will.
But
brain surgery for me or for you to do, that'd be really hard because we wouldn't know where to start. For a brain surgeon, I'll just go in and do this, that, and the other thing. It'll take 8 hours and we'll be good to go. Well, it's easy for him or her, not so easy for us, but same with anything in life, right? If you know what you're doing and you are bent toward doing that and you practice it and learn from your mistakes, it gets easier. That doesn't mean it's easy, though. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. The way things are, when you start to learn things, you make mistakes, you get better, you try. The key is keeping that trying to get better attitude, because if you just say, "Oh, well, I'm as good as I'm ever going to get," then you're never going to be very good. So my feeling.
No, I had a long story short, and a long time ago, I'll keep it very short here. I took over this job. I was the head dog, the lead dog, and had a guy on staff who had been there 30 or 35 years. And not to be cruel, but he was about as useless as a $3 bill. He didn't do anything. I don't think he was capable of doing anything. I later learned he didn't know how to really read or write very well. He had gone to college on a football scholarship, and all of his homework was done for him. That's what they did back in the day. Of course, they don't do that these days in college, but back in the day, when he went to college, I guess they did. And it hit me. I told somebody, I said, whatever level he was at on his first day on the job, 35 years later, he's still at that same level. That's amazing consistency for a career. And now how do we get the guy out of here?
Exactly. Because I've run into that myself before, where someone's been there for a very long time and they've never gotten any better. And everyone's just kind of, they kind of do their own little thing by rote, and that's the end of that. And you just, sort of go, "Hey, can you learn this task now so we can move on?" No, I don't want to do that.
No, they're happy as a clam doing what they've always done. And why learn a new skill or get better? Because I'm getting paid for being less than better, and not the way we run things. But anyway, we're into a philosophical naked rant this morning, I guess. But well, as you know, we have 4 things we want to get to. We have 2 stories today. Remember, Marc from France wrote a story that we did.
Yes.
Well, that propelled 2 others to say, "Hey." And one of them might have come in before Marc's. I'm not sure the timeline, but 2 others said, hey, we have a story too. And you read Mark's. What about us? So we'll read both of those today. We do have something from Mark from France, and I'll just leave it as a tease. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But before we get to those three items, I have a letter from Dale. He's our trucker friend, delivers RVs to dealerships in the northern United States and into Canada. And on January 24th, which was a Saturday, he wrote this to us. So I think he's talking about the show that aired that day. Hey guys, thanks so much for reading my notes and posting my Tumblr blog address. Very nice of you! Exclamation point. It's doing great, and I'm having a lot of fun promoting Clothes for a Living. I'm posting the YouTube versions of your show when they come out. That seems to work best on the Tumblr platform. Loved your show as usual. Your friend Dale. And in a separate email, which I don't have in front of me, he said he got a significant hit in traffic on his blog after that show came out. Because, people heard us. They heard us talking positively about Dale. They clicked on the link and boom. And that's what happens here. And, hats off to Dale. And Dale, we thank you for your thank you note, because Lisa, that's how life is supposed to work. Somebody asks you for help, you give help, and they say thank you. Isn't that the greatest way to see life work?
You would definitely think that is the way everyone should be. It's the old golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which is a motto that I love. And so if you're going to do something for someone should say thank you as you would expect them to say to you.
Yeah.
I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, very well said. All right, let's get to our first story here. And this is from Armondo, and he has written to us a lot. We've read a lot of his emails on the air over the last over 2.5 years now since we started. And did I mention that we've done a show every single Saturday since July 1st of 23 and every single Wednesday since July 30th of 25? Have I mentioned that yet?
Not in the last 5 minutes, but
okay.
Go right ahead.
Just thought I'd put it out there. Anyway, his story is called Charlie the Textile.
Ooh.
The beach was full of people that day. As far as you could see in either direction, beautiful, nude bodies lay on towels and blankets. People were walking and talking along the water's edge or floating and playing in the surf. Sun was glistening off the oiled and lotioned different color skin, and the wind kept the heat bearable. Charlie bravely walked to an open spot carrying his beach towel. He took a deep, nervous breath, unrolled his towel on the sand, and quickly took off his towel, revealing the previously hidden swimsuit. The crowd around him gasped out loud. Children's eyes were covered, and old ladies turned away in horror. Immediately, the police were called. Remember, this guy is clothed. Everybody else is naked, but he's in, okay.
Yes.
Immediately, the police were called, and just in time, too, because a crowd of men had gathered, and it was certain they meant Charlie harm for his indecent act. And if you'll take over from there.
Shame on Charlie. The police arrived at the beach shortly before the media. They quickly arrested Charlie for indecent coverage, clothed in public, and lewd and lascivious acts in front of a child. They marched him off the beach in front of the crowd in his shameful attire as the media recorded his walk of shame, and cameras and phones snapped picture after picture. His boss saw him on the breaking news report and called the company's security, IT, and HR. He told HR to terminate his position immediately. IT to search his computer for internet searches of textiles and children in clothing, and to deliver anything they found to the police. Security was to pack up Charlie's personal things and deliver them to his wife.
Oh, yes. Now it gets worse for Charlie for having the audacity to have a swimsuit on at the beach. And it says he had not even been booked when his wife contacted the divorce lawyer and then packed the kids' things and left for her parents' house. She couldn't be married to a pervert, and she certainly wouldn't have her kids exposed to his perverted lifestyle, which again is being clothed. Yes. Charlie eventually had the lewd and lascivious charges dropped, but the stigma would stay with him for life. He was convicted of indecent coverage and clothed in public and placed on the sex offender list. Take it from there.
After serving his time in prison, Charlie, the textile, was put on probation and was not allowed near children, to participate in Halloween, and never did find a good job again. Every time a potential employer ran a background check, his offensive criminal behavior was exposed and the offer was rescinded. Charlie regretted making that stand that day and couldn't remember why it was so important to him. He just kept thinking, it is my body. Why does anyone care if I cover it? He was alone and ruined for wearing a swimsuit.
Now, wouldn't that be a great day to be alive to see that?
It certainly would, because it's just as ridiculous as what happens to us now. So it would be wonderful to see that happen.
Yeah. How, we could go on forever about this. We won't, because in the interest of time, but how do you get placed on a sex offender list for being naked at the beach? Obviously, if you're doing lewd or lascivious acts, yes, but just merely lying out in the sun and you get put on a list, and I think you stay on that list for life, don't you? You don't ever come off.
Yes, you never come off, because it's there forever. And the thing about it is that, so many people cannot separate the nude body from sexual connotations. And if you can't separate that, people can have sexual connotations and be clothed. That has nothing to do with anything that's going on. But, I guess it's this Puritan attitude that this country kind of grew up with. My father always said it was the Puritan influence that really kind of kept us from being as open and as like the Europeans are, that we just could not get past that stigma of, if you don't have 14 layers of clothes on, people are going to think you're bad. And so anyway, but yeah, I think that would be fun to see this happen.
Yeah. Well written by Armondo. Charlie the textile illustrates, I'll use the word stupidity of this whole thing.
Yes.
Because you turn everything around and you're on a textile beach and you get nude, all those things will happen to you. Police will be called, media will show up, you'll be arrested. He said the guy did some time in prison, maybe not, depending on the day or what's going on. But you'll be placed on that sex offender list. You can't be around kids. You can't even pass out candy at Halloween, and on and on and on and on. So yeah, the day when this flips over and becomes, you have a suit on at the beach, sir, that's it. You're under arrest. I want to be there for that. How about you?
I do too. And I'd like to be there where it didn't matter one way or the other, but but it would be nice to see this happen this way and see people actually get the concept of what's happening. But it was very well done by Armondo, and a very clever way of making a very important point.
Yeah, very well done. All right, let's turn now to Marc from France. He starts off showing his intelligence once again with his greeting. There's no hi, Frank and Lisa, which would tick her off, or Lisa and Frank, which wouldn't bother me at all. No comment?
You probably don't want to hear it. Go on. No comment.
Okay. All right. Well, he starts off with, hey, and a beautiful crew. Well, that's nice. He's talking about me there. I think he meant you, though. I think he meant you and Jennifer, too. I'm not sure.
He may have. I'm suspecting that he might have meant all of us. And we'll call you beautiful, Frank, if that makes you happy.
Well, it doesn't, actually. Handsome or debonair would be better than beautiful, but I'll accept what I can get. How's that?
Okay. I think he meant also in spirit. So there, go ahead.
That's true. Well, why don't you go ahead and read the paragraph, and then we have a list, but I'll give you the paragraph since it involves you. Go ahead.
Thank you. You're so kind.
That's right.
As I was listening to Lisa thanking PPPs, I thought about doing a nudist alphabet of triplets. Since NNN and PPP were already taken, I just added 24 other triplets, and here they are.
What a creative mind he has. I
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All right, why don't we go ahead and read these? We'll do roughly 4 each and then switch back and forth. So he went A to Z, like triple A, triple B, triple C, all the way to triple Z, but he left out NNN because that stands for Naked Nudists and Naturists. and also PPP, paying Patreon peeps. But the other 24 he came up with. So I'll
Yes.
read the first four. AAA, Au Natural, Aha, Awakening. That's AAA, Au
Yep.
Natural.
Yep.
Aha,
Very much.
and Awakening. Triple B, Bear Beach Bliss. I like that one.
I do too.
Yeah. Triple C, Clothing Causes Constriction. I like that one too.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
And triple D, Daily Dose of Dopamine. I like these first four. How about you?
They're very, very good and very telling of what naturism does. Okay, let's go on.
All right. Yep. Wait a minute.
Equality and
Wait, did you see a snake or something? You went E. I thought maybe a snake crawled under the desk or something.
no, that is the letter E said 3 times.
All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
We're following his pattern here, Frank. So just keep up, okay?
I'm doing my best. All right. Go ahead.
All right. E. Equality embraced everywhere.
Well, that's good. I like that.
Yes, I like that. FFF, full freedom feeling. Yes. GGG, gladness grows gradually.
Well, now wait a minute. Oh, well, I know what he means there, but with me, gladness grows instantly. Like the clothes come off and yes, but I know what he means. I'm not making fun. It's
for new people, it comes on gradually as they learn what's happening.
Yeah, well said. One more.
And HHH, harmony, health, humanity. Yes.
Yeah, we could stop right there and just end it because already those first 8 are top of the line, and we could just make a whole show out of those 8. But we will continue on if you're okay with that.
Yeah, please go right ahead.
All right. Triple I, invigorating indoor indulgence. I like that. Yeah. Triple J, joyful journeys, junk free. That's even better.
Yes.
And KKK, he cheated a little in the third word, but a little bit of cheating is allowed if your name is Marc from France.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Kindred kindness cultivated. Obviously, cultivated starts with a C. He changed it to a K, and we fully accept that.
Yes, and it's fully explanatory, so no problem there.
Yep. And I have one more, LLL, liberation leads to longevity. Yes, not bad at all.
That's very true.
All right. Okay. Next 4 are yours.
The MMM, mindful meditation moments. And then he also included on the list NNN, Naked Nudist and Naturist.
That's probably our most special one of all, but continue on.
Probably so. And then I will use your triple O to say this, openness overcomes obstacles. That's very good. And then he also ends this 4th set with PPP, paying Patreon peeps.
That's probably our second favorite.
Exactly, which we appreciate more than they can possibly know.
Oh, no kidding. All right, let's go on. Triple Q, quiet, qualminess quest.
That's deep.
Yeah.
It's very deep.
Triple R, relentless resort rebellion. Oh, there you go. Let's rebel and just whip the clothes off.
Yes.
Triple S, sun soaks skin. That's a pretty good one, too.
Love that.
And triple T, textiles totally taboo. That's right. Charlie the textile learned that, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did.
Yeah,
and textiles are taboo.
He got arrested for that. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Take it away.
And the triple U is unity under umbrellas. Yes, those sun umbrellas. Sometimes you don't want to be in the sun too long, so grab the umbrella and be naked under the umbrella. So that's cool.
That's right.
The triple V is vitamin victory vibes.
Oh, yes. That's a huge one. Yeah.
And the WWW has nothing to do with wrestling. WWW says world without worries. Now that would be wonderful.
Okay.
And the triple X, again, we won't talk about what that isn't. Triple X is experience extraordinary exhilaration, and he has all the little X's capitalized. So it's about the X.
Absolutely. WWW, you said wrestling, that's WWE, I think.
Oh, sorry.
WWW.
Oh, then it's not about the internet. I always get that wrong.
That's all right. We just like to clarify things as we go along here. Keep everybody in the straight and narrow. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I just thought it stood for Worldwide Wrestling. So I think it did at one
Oh,
time, didn't it? Long time ago. And now they call it WWE for World Wrestling Entertainment. I think they changed it. I might be wrong. I could be right.
and there are different organizations out there. So maybe
Yes.
there is a triple W for
Yes.
wrestling, in
Yes.
which case the last minute or so, I should not have piped up. How about that?
You should not have, but you'll
All
learn
right.
one of these days.
All right, we have two more. I'll do one, you do one. Triple Y,
Okay.
yearning yields yes. And
Yes.
go ahead and finish it up.
The triple Z, Zen, Zone, Zest.
We'll take it. And this was
Yes.
obviously sent right before Christmas because he says, have fun, stay bare, and Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. And again, that's from Marc from France. Highly appreciated and really tremendously respected around here. He does it right. He's not an AI guy. He just fires up his brain and his heart and his soul, and he puts pen to paper. And Marc from France, we appreciate you very much. Lisa Monroe, any last comments before we move on?
Marc is just amazing. His ability to take words and manipulate them into something very meaningful and profound and funny, and just they capture the imagination is amazing. And but the fact is we have a lot of members who are extremely creative, and their love of naturism comes through in the things that they send us. And I'm sure there are many others who are listening who are the same way. So we're really happy.
Yeah. And there's something about, and this doesn't apply to everybody, so it's not a generalized statement, but there's something about being in that creative zone that lends itself to naturism, or vice versa. You're into naturism, you become more creative. Maybe that's a better way to say it. What do you think?
I think it really does, because that you're not constricted in any way, so you're enjoying life, you're feeling the nature around you, you're feeling the comfort of, even if you're on your couch, you're feeling that comfort of being naked. And so it does kind of relax the mind enough to make you think of things that maybe you were be clouded about because you were having to put on a coat and tie or a suit or whatever. So I think there's a lot to be said for that.
All right. Well, let's go on. We have one more letter, one more story here from Gregg White. But before we do, just a reminder, we are the official podcast for the American Association for Nude Recreation. Are you a member? If so, that is great. But if not, you can become one right now. Just go to AANR.com, follow the navigation through the membership, and within moments, just like Lisa Monroe is and just like I am, you will be a fully fledged member of the American Association for Nude Recreation. How about that, Lisa, for a deal on a Wednesday afternoon?
It's a big deal, and I think that everybody should look into becoming a member of AANR, because it's an important organization, and they do a lot of good work for naturists everywhere.
Yeah, very well said. Well, you're listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 166 today, yet another, the 29th in a row, Wednesday of Lisa Frank extravaganza on a Wednesday afternoon. And now let's get to the story by Gregg White. He's from California. He's written in a lot. I know at least one of his stories, and maybe more than one, has or have appeared in the Naturist anthologies with Will Forrest, Ted Bunn, and Paul Z. Walker. And he sends us letters and emails from time to time. So let's go ahead and read that. This is not the detective spy music like Monroe Stone, but we'll add just a little music at the beginning and maybe throughout, just to be kind of cute and kind of silly, if that's okay with you.
That works for me.
All right. So here's our musical introduction to Gregg White's A Chance Encounter. A Chance Encounter by Gregg White. I like to go out for a jog every morning quite early. I'm usually up at 4 a.m. and on the beach by 4:15 sharp. You can almost set your watch by me. One of the reasons I am out so early is that I like to run barefoot and bareback, and for that matter, bare, well, I don't want to say that word, bare ASS as well. Naked as a jaybird.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
good enough? Okay.
That works. That works.
Sorry, Gregg, but naked as a jaybird as well. I drive to the parking lot, leave my wallet in the car, put my keys in the pocket of my shorts, then take them off and hold onto them tightly. I don't ever want to have to walk home only to find that I am locked out of my house as well. I enjoy the feeling of the hard packed wet sand on my bare feet just up from where the waves crest. I tried once running on the soft sand, figuring it was better exercise, but after only a mile or so, my legs felt like I had lead weights on my ankles, and I had sanded my insoles so badly I could only walk painfully for over a week. You want to take it from there?
I have been doing this same morning routine for almost 6 years. I run from the parking lot down to the stone jetty, about 2.5 miles, and then back. A good 5-mile workout to start my day. The beach near my home is a regular public beach, not clothing optional or anything like that. Running naked has never been a problem because at that hour of the morning I have the beach completely to myself. That is, until a couple of weeks ago. That morning, as I was returning from the jetty and about a mile from my car, I see a shape approaching out of the dark. As I get closer, I can see that this is a person. I decide to keep going because there really is no place to hide. Besides, if it's a man, well, I don't have anything he hasn't seen before. If it's a woman, she's probably seen it as well, so just grin and bear it. As I get within 10 feet, I can see it's a woman. I just smiled and said,
"Well, good morning. How y'all doing?" That sounds like a naked jogger voice. I'm doing the best I can here, Lisa. Please, go along with me. Go with the flow.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
And kept on jogging past her. As I'm passing, I hear a loud gasp, but I don't look back. I just keep jogging with it.
Hang in there. that voice is coming again soon, so just keep going.
I'm sorry, you can.
Gregg, we apologize for Lisa's behavior. She'll get it together in just a moment.
This is really good.
And she'll continue on. Okay, go ahead.
As I am passing, I heard a loud gasp, but I don't look back. I just keep jogging within 40 feet or 40 or 50 feet. I am all but invisible to her. My heart is pounding when I get back to the car, but I see that she hasn't followed me, so.
Whoa, that was a doggone some gun close call. Okay, continuing on with Gregg White's letter. And Gregg, we apologize for the really poor behavior on the show today. We're doing our best. We're just having a good time, and we hope you appreciate that. The next morning, I do my usual routine. I figure she was probably more surprised or frightened than I was. So hopefully, I won't be seeing her ever again. But I guessed wrong. At almost the same spot, there she is. She stops right in my way and holds up her hand for me to stop. She said,
"So, y'all are naked? I wasn't sure if I saw you correctly yesterday or not."
"I apologize, ma'am, if I shocked you. I've been running this same route for several years. Now, you're the first doggone some gun person I ever encountered. I hope I didn't frighten you."
Well, I suppose had I been frightened, I wouldn't have come back this morning. You got me curious, really. Why are you running naked?
I took a good look at her, and she seemed to be doing the same to me. She was wearing running shoes and socks, running shorts, and a T-shirt that had already showed perspiration stains under her arms. If she had started where I did, she had only gone about a half a mile and had already worked up quite a sweat. Mornings here aren't all that cool, and by midday, it can be totally miserable to try and run for any distance. And then the gentleman speaks. "Well, first of all, a doggone some gun, I like the feeling of the doggone hand-packed wet sand on my bare feet. I think it feels better than with shoes on. And I feel more connected to the earth. Secondly, I don't wear one of them dang shirts because they just get all sweaty and clammy in a short distance. I feel far too hot in no time. I just can't seem to cool off properly with a shirt in that way. Until yesterday, no one even knew I was here, and no one cared if I was dressed or not. Is that a satisfactory answer, ma'am?"
That is far better than anything I expected. I admire both your candor and your courage. And looking at my shirt, I think I'll try a bit of your advice and see if you are correct.
With that, she took off her shirt, waved goodbye, and jogged off down the beach with just her sports bra up top. Take it from there.
The next morning, there she was again, just as punctual as I am. This time she was barefoot as well.
She was just wearing a sports bra and shorts. She said,
"Yesterday I found out you were so right about the shirt, I decided to see if you were right about the bare feet as well. So far, I'm really liking the feeling, and my feet aren't the least bit sweaty."
She just waved and off she went. I didn't even get a
hello
before she was out of sight. The following morning, she appeared to be wearing white or yellow bikini bottoms and her sports bra. I actually got in a quick hello before she said she was going to see if it was cooler without the jogging shorts. She said she had been feeling a bit cooler and less clammy after each succeeding run since she had started taking my advice. I didn't realize I had been advising her, but I just told her why I jog nude, but she was off down the beach before I could voice any of those thoughts. Okay, well, we're just going full out, aren't we? Old time radio here.
I'm telling you, I love full-time radio. So old radio is great. On the subsequent morning, she seemed to be wearing a darker, smaller bikini bottom in her sports bra. She was carrying her jogging shorts. She said the bikini bottom she wore yesterday chafed her a bit too much, so she thought she would try my method. As she jogged off, I saw that she wasn't wearing any bottoms at all. My morning jogs were getting a lot more interesting.
The next morning, she jogged up just carrying her sports bra and jogging shorts.
Every day I was feeling cooler and cooler, and I still had to deal with boob sweat. I'm really glad that I ran into you and had the nerve to ask you why you are nude. I'm enjoying my jogging more than I ever did before.
Well,
I said,
if you are ever in the mood for company when you jog, I get to the J Street parking lot every day at 4:15 in the morning. I jog all the way to the jetty and back. You're welcome to join me any day you wish.
At 4:15 the next morning, I'm walking onto the beach in just my shorts, and there she stands with her shorts and bra in her hand. I take my shorts off before I get to her to level the playing field. I say,
"Good morning. I'm glad to see you decided to join me. My name is Frank, by the way."
"Nice to meet you, Frank. I'm Lisa. Why don't you tell me all about yourself as we jog down the jetty?"
"I will, if you promise to tell me all about yourself on the way back."
"Deal."
We shook hands and began jogging down the beach. And there you go, a chance encounter by Gregg. Wait a minute, that story was about us.
I guess it was.
We should have read this. I'm just kidding. We knew that ahead of time.
Yeah, we did. I mean, but I will say this, Greg, when I was reading through it, I was like, oh, wow, these people are, really getting into it. And then I went, "Nice to meet you, Frank. I'm Lisa." And I'm like, oh my gosh. It was very clever, very fun, and very appreciative that you included us in your story.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that story.
Yeah, I'm hoping we did justice to it, though.
I think we did. We took some liberties there, and I had way back when I was in middle school. So that's 100 and almost 200 years ago now. We had a band director who would often change the music. He'd say, "Okay, this part's supposed to be played by the trumpets. You keep doing it, but I'm going to rewrite it so the saxophone players are playing it with you." And he said, "By the way, if anybody questions that," he said, "as the conductor, I have full liberty and legal rights to change things to fit my band." He said, "It doesn't involve copyright issues or anything else." He goes, and he said, "Any of you want to go on to be band directors or musicians, keep that in mind. You can change things to make it match what you're doing." So the same applies, as we later found out, when you're reading a story, depending on what you're doing. Now, on a show like this, we do have the right to do that. Yeah. Only to make it more entertaining. And the story is the story. We didn't change that or take anything away, but we're just being a little silly this afternoon and having a good time with Gregg White's story, A Chance Encounter, right?
Yeah, very much so. And everyone, I had no idea Frank was going to use that voice. we talked about reading the parts, but I'm sorry, but I wasn't exactly expecting to hear um, that. So let me just put it that way.
I think that became rather obvious when you lost it
I'm
momentarily
sorry,
there.
I really did. I apologize. Oh my God.
But it just shows you the creativity amongst our listeners. We get a lot of these types of letters and stories. We read as many as we can. But now we've read 3 full stories, one by Armondo, one by Gregg White just now, and we did one by Marc from France, Monroe Stone. And he's working on a whole bunch more stories. And I think Armondo is as well. And who knows, maybe Gregg White will join the fray as well, right?
Hey, the more the merrier. We may have to add another show if this keeps up. And what we hope to do, because I think Frank mentioned that we're looking to really upgrade our website. And so I would love to, at some point in time, when we have that done, to start including these stories on the website so other people can enjoy them and just at their leisure and insert whatever voice they choose to insert. But this is just great. I mean, it's just fun because people are getting in the spirit of naturism and enjoying the show, and they're kind of putting that all together. And I think it's fabulous. It is so creative. It's just amazing.
Yeah, no, I've been in many situations in my life where I had to win. I was put in place to win, not to be okay or average, but okay, Frank, the job is yours, but you better win and you better beat the competition, or, the unspoken part was your back end will be out of here. So I'm used to diving in and winning. Well, when it comes to naturism, I don't look at it that way. And so that's why we promote so many people around here. If you write in, we will do our best to get it on a show and post a link if you have one. And as Lisa mentioned, we'll actually post the full stories when we get a different website, newer, upgraded, more bandwidth, all that good stuff. Because that's what it's all about. People click on our website, they see what we have to offer, but say, oh, wow, there's 100 stories over here. I think I'll read 1 or 2. And then let's say they go to that person's website. Well, now they're going to 2 websites for naturism, and maybe a 3rd, 4th, a 50th, and whatever. And that's how people learn and grow and become more connected. I'm guessing you agree, because we've talked about this before.
I sure do. And the thing about it is this show is about the people who are listening. It's not about us. It's about the people who are listening to us. And we are learning as much from them as I hope they're learning from us and the other people who are participating. So, it's kind of like one of those unity things where everybody's in this together. And I love the fact that everyone's sharing what they enjoy doing, like Renee with his art and these gentlemen with their stories. And so, the people with their books they've written. So it's just an amazing path that we're on as naturists.
Very much so. Speaking of unity, going back to Marc from France, his triple U, unity under umbrella. See, even he got the word unity in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we enjoy promoting other folks around here. To me, that's what it's all about. Not everybody agrees with that. They just want to get in there and, I guess, crush the competition. Then they end up failing and falling on their faces, for lack of a better term, other body parts. But no, it's all about doing this together. We're all in naturism together. So the more we promote other people, the more everybody wins. You agree with that?
I sure do.
All right. Well, Lisa Monroe, with that, let's head for the hills. And on this coming Saturday show, only a few days away, it will be part 2 with Matt and Megan, or Megan and Matt from Nude Beach Map, and learn more about what they're doing and where all the great naked spots are in the world. Not just the resorts and the beaches and the ones people know about, but these off the beaten path places where you would never find on your own, but somebody knows a place in, let's say, France or Croatia or Australia. And you can go right there and say, well, here it is. And you never would have known without Matt and Megan from Nude Beach Map. So we'll do that on this Saturday. How about that?
That sounds good. And I've bookmarked a few of those little out-of-the-way places that sound fun that we should go visit. So
I agree. All right. Okay. And with that, if you promise to stay clothes-free, despite the cold weather, between now and Saturday morning, we'll have you back. How about that?
Well, good. I'm glad that that's a criteria for me to return, and I will do so, even if it's cold and I've got goosebumps is all I'm wearing. I will be here.
All right. We'll see you on Saturday.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye. the very terrific Lisa Monroe as she goes foxtrotting her way out of the studio, either for more coffee or she doesn't know that I know this, but she brought in brownies today. She didn't tell me. I think she's waiting to surprise me after the show, but I got a little tip, inside tip here. So maybe she dashed off to get one of her brownies. And if she did, I don't blame her a bit because they are delicious every time she brings something in. But Lisa Monroe does a whole bunch around here, and you already know most of what she does. She does all of our website work, all of our meme work, all of our merchandise work. And we appreciate Lisa Monroe very much, not to mention coming in twice a week to either sit with me or put up with me, depending on your point of view, to do these shows. So we thank Lisa Monroe very much. And as we've mentioned more than once, we are looking to rather substantially upgrade our website presence. It's an okay website. It's not bad. It's maybe average or a little better. And that's not good enough for us. We want a great website. The website we have, that's the best that we can do with the tools that we have. But we are looking to substantially upgrade, but that's not our area of expertise. If it is your area of expertise, please contact us. We have some work for you. Or if you know of somebody who does this kind of work on a professional level, let us know. And we will be in contact with that person or have them get in contact with us. And the way to do that is the same way as it is for you. We enjoy hearing from you early and often about anything, naturism, the show, whatever. Email is nakedforevermore@gmail.com. You can also reach us through our Spotify page, our Twitter page, our Blue Sky page, our YouTube page, our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, and our Patreon page. We are all over the place, so just get in touch with us if you know how to do this, or if you know somebody who is a professional. And I can't stress that enough. We don't want somebody taking a shot at it, or they do one or two websites a year. We want somebody, this is the kind of sort of their full-time work, or at least a significant part of what they do in the world is creating websites. And we have some people on this end we can engage, but if you have somebody, let us know. And our goal is to pick the best possible person for the job and get the website updated. And while you're at it, please go on whatever platform you're on right now. Are you on Apple? Are you on Spotify? Are you on Audible? Wherever you are. Maybe you're on YouTube. Go ahead and give us a like. That's a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. That will alert you when a new show comes up. Although in our case, you always know when the shows are coming up. But it helps us to boost the presence out there as well. And, of course, we ask that you give a review, 1 through 5. 5 is the highest, just putting it out there. And many people have written splendid reviews on Spotify and Apple. And if you'd like to do that, we'd appreciate that very much as well. And what reviews do and likes, and when you subscribe, it bumps up the presence. So people who are looking for naturism, nudist things to do, when they fire it up on the interwebs and Naked Nudists or whatever they put in there, rather than get a bunch of junk or a bunch of porno, if we have a bigger presence, they will get this show, and they will get the real deal when it comes to naturism. Well, we really appreciate you being with us today, episode 166. Hope you enjoyed that segment with Lisa. Read a couple of stories, inserted some music, and Marc from France, Gregg White, Armondo. We appreciate those three gentlemen very much, and we're just rocking and rolling, having a good time, because that's what naturism is all about, or at least a significant part of it. If you're into naturism and you're not having fun, well, then you're not doing naturism the right way. So we like to kick back, relax, and enjoy, and just have a great time in life while also getting life done. We take things very seriously, and obviously we pay our bills and we take care of business, but we also enjoy having fun, so we hope you enjoyed today's show. And on this coming Saturday, episode 167, it'll be part 2 of my interview with Megan and Matt, or Matt and Megan, from Nude Beach Map, all the places in the world you can go and be clothes-free. Whether it's a resort or a beach, a lake, the ocean, maybe a place in the middle of nowhere that only 8 people know about, well, now it's going to be 9 because you're going to log in and find out about it. And also, if you're going somewhere, you're going to visit another state or a city or a country, you can look up that state, city, or country and say, hey, where are the nude places? And they have them right there on nudebeach.com. So that's this Saturday, episode 167, part 2 with Matt and Megan, Megan and Matt. And we hope you'll come back and tune in 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on Spotify, as we are fond of saying around here. Well, thank you for being with us. You've been listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 166 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning, 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, and on most Wednesdays, 12 noon Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, any place. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked Nudists and Naturists.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked Nudists and Naturists. Have a great clothes-free day.